Let's move on to our next one on our buy or sell. Let's go to potential rookie of the year, LaMelo Ball.
Like I said, it's just basketball, and I'm doing what I love. I mean, I've been doing this ever since I was 3, so it comes quite easy to me, for real.
LaMelo, I would think the rebounding would be the hardest part of a triple-double for you. You weigh 181 pounds, but it looks like you're a natural rebounder. What's the key during that?
I mean, I played a lot of 21 growing up, so it's just a whole lot of basketball, for real. It's pretty much just instincts, I guess.
There's LaMelo Ball, Caleb, who is just the youngest player to have a triple-double in the history of the NBA. Caleb, buy or sell, LaMelo Ball is the best rookie in the NBA right now.
I'm going to sell. I still think it's Tyrese.
Hey, we made it.
I still think it's Tyrese, although the past 2 games for LaMelo have looked really good in his favor. But overall, throughout the season, taking Tyrese.
Gosh dang it, you stole my answer. I'm going to sell as well. Tyrese Haliburton, to me, has looked like the best rookie right now. And let's talk about some rookies real quick, Caleb, while we're talking about rookies. LaMelo Ball has looked really good. And the first few games this season, James Borrego was really bringing him in slowly. And I was kind of surprised because Scary Terry, your guy, was getting a lot of the minutes. And Devontae Graham.
Dude, Scary Terry, dude.
Devontae Graham, obviously, another good guy who was playing well last year. And, hey, you can't just sit there and bench him. For LaMelo to do what he's been doing, good for him. I'm proud of what he's been able to do because, hey, we predicted that LaMelo was going to win Rookie of the Year. He's on pace for it, but I don't think he'll eventually win it. Tyrese, we mentioned it in the beginning of the year. Again, in our Rookie of the Year predictions, we said we don't think Tyrese is going to put up the stats. We don't think people are going to recognize the stuff that he does, the intangibles. Dude, the national media is starting to recognize Tyrese Haliburton, and that is a great sign.
Yeah. Not only for, I think it's bigger than the surface, than it even looks on the surface, because if the national media is going to show love to those small market teams, that's massive. That's really, really big. And it helps the league kind of balance out a little bit. Like, not all the energy is focused on the LA teams, the Boston, New York. They're not focused on that. They're focusing on those smaller teams, which I think very good for the NBA.
I get that point, but I would also say even more important to that is they're focusing on the players that don't just put up numbers, right? Like, that's why we glorify Russell Westbrook so much, because he can put up the stats. But then we ignore guys like Chris Middleton. We ignore guys like the Drew Holidays. We ignore guys that don't really put up numbers, but they do a lot of the dirty work. And to me, Tyrese Haliburton has a lot of that Drew Holiday in him, where he has the ability to do so many things and none of it shows up on a stat sheet. He is the hockey assist type of a player. He is the guy that sees a player 3 steps ahead. He can see a defensive read 2 steps ahead, and those guys will have long-term careers. So to me, Wiseman, LaMelo, Tyrese, I'm going to go with Tyrese. Caleb, you said you're going to go with Tyrese as well.